No, say you bad. No, say you, no, say you, no, say we mad. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar, and welcome back to another dancehall video tutorial. Today we're there live. You know what I mean? I'm mixing for Javie and again for the war crime rhythm. Same rhythm I'm gonna have the devil brought prawn. Yeah, man. So I don't know this, man. They are set up the session. I try to get everything prep and prime and so sublime. You understand? So we draw for the Javie Dan vocals them. Whoever might have them. Oh shit. I have to find them. Drop the mean.
Watch where you walk and the car them passing. Me dogs them a real killer. Some grave diggers. Put your body 16 now. You see the million 14 make a go and shiver. One press make the thing jump on quicker. Max City and a DK dog. We no play here. Who's and AK. Who wanna feel rough skull here? Hammer fling back like.
Alright, so my loop out a section, get all of the instruments, them route up proper way up on the mixer, and we can go from there. Shouldn't really need too much of the mixer, to be honest, so let's drag over this to this side there. Them channel they'll probably end up be me bus, like mix effects and all them things there, so they'll keep them to the right or small it up a little bit though. So let's color code everything and get everything routed into the mixer the right way. So we know intro come first, then we have lead vocals. I believe them are ad-libs right or so. So put them at the bottom. Let's change vocal color. Like my vocals should be lime green. So I'll color code them gradient. Let's click lime green twice. So we have the vocals set. Alright. Now, if we go back to the step sequencer, let's take a listen to the rest of the instruments then. Alright, so this is my bass. Typically, like my bass feeder, black or green. I mean, black or white. Now, this case, I'm gonna go with something kind of weird. I'll go with blue, just for sake of change. My delay, so this are more of like effects. I like my effects should be pink. So delay and reverb, I'll change them to pink. So we have right there, so let's click it again. Put them down at the bottom, right above the vocals. Snare, I like my snare them for red, so I'll just change the color to red. What this I say? If matter of fact, we can stretch this out. Can change the size of the button too. So channel button size to fit. Alright, so we have the hi-hats, so that's a percussion. So that I typically like to be orange. So where is orange? Think that nope. Let's change color. Orange. Change the snares, look a bit too. Right, that's more like it. So this is a synth. Purple. We have it again here, so we'll change this to purple same way. Dark purple. The kick, we'll put that to blue, kind of have it with the bass. Have another kick, so I'll do the same thing with that. And what this do, it allow me if when more and change something now, I can easily go back and change it. String is a melodic instrument, so we'll go like close to purple, but a little bit lighter. So like a lighter purple. Producer tag can be orange for percussion. Not red, nigga. Damn, what the fuck? Orange motherfucker. There we go. Nexus here, so that's a piano, so it's another like melodic type of thing. So we'll go sky blue for that because it's a more natural instrument. All right, this bass forget delete. I don't know what the fuck this one be. Okay, so it's a more natural instrument the same way, so change the color upon that as well. Wait there, yeah, so sky blue same way. We have serum. I believe all of that in the bass bus, so I don't need serum either. Yeah, so serum can get deleted. Snare bus. Change the color upon. Make that red. Snare filter. So this one. What is that? Okay, that's cool. Put them together. Snare. Put contact with them here. Kick them, the two kick. Put them on the bass. The bass will drop down. When I like my bass to start up my track. Alright. Then we have the two effects, so we don't make. So I'll do them pinkish purple, something like that. Gradient. Let's go. Fuck it, over yellow. That's not yellow. Oh boy, them color are weird as fuck, I swear. Yellow. Yellow again. Alright, cool. And then we have Spoiler, which is another synth, so just like the other two synth, purple. And then put it up at the top with them. And that's it for the color coding. So anyway, put them after the snare. Drop everything upon the mix, and now we have a more visual thing, so we know no reach is sitting. Simple. Now I'll separate the vocals away from the instrument them. So if we play this now, everything's supposed to route the right way on the mixer.
Alright then, pass me my tune now. Miggleton, 16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle immense like ground wire.
Alright, so little bit of lining, I forgot go on with them vocals. Not gonna really worry about that. More so just want to get them vocals clean and all of that. We can always align the vocals after the fuck. So first thing, I want to crank everything so more normalize in vocals to get the levels up. That way we can actually do more processing to them. Normalize. 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 Hey, HS, we're mixing FLR Pro Tools.
Them musty Ku Klux. Alright then, pass me my tune now. Miggleton, 16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle immense like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain fly up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prayer and a card ring. So when the rifle beat off, boy punk ground, sleep off. Yeah, you roll over in your head. If your feel say you're tough, you don't know yet. So when pints are beat, how them call run? See the milli 14 is a tar gun. Run down like food in a pot done. Fool never see the pimp on the magnum. Man, we say brawling, early morning. Anyway, we go for boy, that's how we dog him. Not do the waxing, so keep your talking. Watch where you walk and the car them passing. Me dogs them a real killer, some grave diggers. Put your body 6 foot for the worm dinner. You see the milli 14 make a boy shiver. One press make the thing jump on quicker. Map city and a daycare dog, we no play here. Who's he and AK? Bone of your brush contain here. Hammer fling back like when man change gear. So when the rifle beat off, boy pump ground, sleep off. Yeah, you roll over in your head. If you feel say you're tough, you don't know yet. So when pints are beat, how when them call run. See the milli 14 is a tar gun. Run down like food in a pot done. Fool never see the pimp on the magnum. Man a win say brawling, early morning. Anyway we go fi boy, that's how we dog him. Not to the waxing, so keep it talking. Watch where you walk and the car them passing.
Alright. Tempo, fair track 100. Key D sharp, major or minor. One of that them. We figure it out once we start auto-tuning vocals. So let's lower the rhythm and clean up them vocals a little bit.
Them musty cool clocks.
Starting with the verse, so loop here, so. Alright.
16.
Actually, just loop the first part.
16 chum fire, man we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling.
Right, so if you use FL Studio or it don't really matter the DAW, to be honest. But if I use FL Studio specific, firstly let's go and switch this to the knife tool, or turn this to none. You want to clean up the vocals, right? So first, we don't work on this one first. So double click on it or whatever. Just get this menu pop up. Switch this to generic bleeding. And I'm going to show you what that do. Because we're going to cut the vocals and we'll clean up and get rid of all of the, you know, the fucker one. I really need it, all of the mud. Not really mud, but all of the unnecessary artifacts, all of the space and the gap them I might not really need in between in voice, to be honest. So, right, so we can cut this all the way to right which part you see, but right there, so we'll just go right click, cut. So when you turn on the generic bleeding, it create this fade out, this cross fade, and that get rid of any pop what might happen normally if you not do that.
16 chum fire, man we.
So we can get rid of a lot of these blank space. And the Logic is a lot easier, but FLO kind of for the manual. So I'll cut this, get rid of that.
16 chum fire, man we run it off like umpire.
Right, that's so.
16 chum fire, man we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tipping.
Alright.
"16 chum fire, so we circle elements like ground. So we circle elements like ground wire."
Right, that's so we can get rid of all of this. Let's cut that. Get rid of that. You can see the difference here. Create the crossfade up your sound and not create nothing there. So
we circle them, and no tip in a clip that, and no tip in a clip that alone fire, brawling.
have a look at bit yes again.
And no tip in a clip that alone fire, brawling. Leg a couple shot in a your darling, brain flying up in the air like garland.
You can get rid of that. I really want to get it as close as possible to where the next vocal start without affecting the vocal.
And no tip in a clip that alone fire, brawling. Leg a couple shot in a your darling, brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring, feel say you're safe with a prayer and a gathering. So when the
right, so then you have like a bridge coming in and then it go into the chorus, so not have to really worry about that. Can take out all of that though. So we start processes.
16 chum fire.
Firstly, just run a quick subtractive EQ, meaning we'll take away from the vocal first and then start add back to it. So for that, Fab Filter, Pro 3. Okay, Master Logic. Leonard, I pre, bro. Yeah, man. Alright, so yeah, you know, in a Logic, what me just do it for cleaning the vocals that you know that they got easy. In a Logic, I think they have something called silence removal or something like that. So that's small.
16 chum fire.
Alright, so all of this
16 chum fire.
done here, so
16 chum fire.
we see this big spike or the bass that we don't really need none of that. In Vice do have like a little bit of a basic character to it, but we don't really need that much of unnecessary mod is what I don't call it. So I'll take out anything.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
Perfect. Then we'll get rid of some of them resonant peaks of them high little things. So let's do this. Switch this and we'll slide through them vocals and find some points so we want to get rid of.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off.
Alright, so that's one. Which we kind of already know because we can see it. So I'll just minus 3.5 dB out of that.
16 chum fire.
I'm going to use this dynamic so it constantly address it.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling brain.
I have another one here. I have one over around 3.9.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground.
Right, that's a 3.5. I have another one.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire.
At 2,000. So I sharpen them up because we don't make them dynamic. So them constantly get addressed.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire.
The ones who are higher will kind of do a little bit more dynamic processing too. But
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire.
yeah, introvert, I just start, man.
16
yeah, man, subtractive EQ.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring.
Alright, so we have 1 and 9, 60. Pretty much the same thing. What do this static do? It's a constant.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling brain.
So if me turn it off.
16 chum fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
And your voice just get a lot clearer. You understand? So exactly what we are go for. So what I'm do, I'll compress it and then we'll use a different EQ and bring out the better qualities out of voice. For the compressor, we'll start with something light. I'm gonna compress it a couple of times and then just work my way up to more and more character. So we'll start with what's a light compressor we can use? Let's start with a waves compressor. Yeah, man, me have to then I have to install some software myself, bro. I swear. I load up my Mac and I'm about to upgrade my Pro Tools. I'm gonna start use Logic next month, so I have to upgrade the fucking Mac, yeah, man. Pro Tools upgrade, they beat my bad though, because I don't want to spend the 3 bills of blood. Glad I tell her. So some light, we don't use the RVox for like a dB worth of compression, not more than that, just a dB. Like I said, I'll use probably 2 or 3 compressors upon them voice, so it's not really necessary to go harder than that. If I can find it, RVox mono. Like I said, I just want about a dB worth of compression. I'll turn on the gate a little bit too. Oh, minus 35.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prayer and a guard ring. So when the 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring.
Yeah, very soft. You know what I mean? It not do too much, it not overpower nothing. It just smack the vocal a little bit. So we'll run it through some harmonics, you know, like let's run this through a more noisy EQ, if you want to use that the term there. Let's go. IK Multimedia, T-Rox, EQ. How do I use the EQ P1A? Yeah, the Nero, I free, bro. What me do spot, HS?
16 on fire. On fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prayer and a guard ring. So when the 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that's the way, man. Definitely, bro.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle the men's like ground wire. Hand tip in a.
Alright, so here now, we'll start increase. So we'll get like unnatural gain. So we'll start add our own volume to it, right? So let's put this to 7.5.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire.
Look a bit too much. 6.5.
16 on fire, man, we run it off.
Alright, that's a lot much better. Or a lot better. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. I'll bring across Waves channels. Actually, I'm gonna go for the plugin Alliance channel strip. Oh fuck. None of them. Fuck it. Me use the Waves thing. Yeah, man, Chef, if me get that far, which me should get that far, I don't know what I'm going to, like my data might come interrupt me or something like that, but yeah, man, once I start add reverb and delay and all of the effects them, I always automate them because you don't want no effect, they just play 24/7, you understand? So yeah, man, definitely I'll get automation and that. I just try clean up him vocal real quick so I can start add the effects and them thing there to it. So I run him thing through a channel strip, the SSL channel strip. Mono, of course, if I can find it, SSL channel. Where is the G channel? I think this one I want though. Mono. Yeah, this is SSL E channel. So pretty much if you don't know, which most people would know, this is just a compressor gate EQ and all built into one, pretty much. So you have filter, compressor, a gate and a EQ all built into one. I'll explain everything as I go through the different sections. So the first part right here, so we have a filter. So I don't filter out, just like when I filter out on the Fab Filter EQ earlier, everything up to like 120. So we'll filter out that. From the higher end though, we'll probably filter out everything all the way up to like a 19K. So we're not really do too much, but we are get rid of a little bit of harshness, filter-wise. Then the compressor now, remember I did compress it a little bit earlier with the other compressor. So now I do get some more compression, probably like another dB or 2. So altogether I have about 2 or 3 dB a compression a go on, but I now have it a go on in a one plugin. You know what I mean? The benefit to that is if me use 3 separate compressors to get 1 dB a compression each, then the audio sound a lot more natural than if me use one compressor and compress 3 dB all at once. You know what I mean? I say so. That's the whole reason why I use more than one compressor upon him vocal. So let me run him through the EQ. This is the EQ section right there. So I'm going to run him through EQ, give him a little bit of EQ in through the SSL, and then we'll run him through the compressor.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. So when the 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. So when the 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no.
Alright, so ratio for the compressor would all go 3:1. Threshold upon the SSL compressor them different than the regular threshold. Is not just as you look at it, you know what I mean? Them based off a different scale. So it's hard for me to say I must set the threshold to -20 because -20 upon this SSL compressor and another compressor is completely different. The SSL thing route up different and it just behave different as a whole. So we don't just adjust this until we start get a little bit of clipping upon the first light over here. So release, we don't set that to as fast as possible, and the threshold we want to play around with it till we start get compression.
16 on fire, man, we run it.
Alright, so right now you can see so we get 6 dB of compression. I may not even touch the threshold yet. So we'll push this to 10, and that's supposed to stop all of the compression while go on.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire.
Alright, so I'm going to push it to 10 and actually kind of work out better in my favor because I already get the amount of compression I want. I'm going to want it consistently a clip at 3, like the first light. If you look on the LED them.
16 on fire, man, we...
I don't want it consistently, did them. I just want it come on every now and then. You know what I mean? Just to get a little bit of compression out of the plugin.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire.
So like this I'm vice before all of the processing point.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire.
And that time vice after is a lot more present. It's more towards it. I mean, right in your face more. So that's cool. Let's go up with this a little bit.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like.
Let me see, I forgot line up in vocals. So I'm gonna chop off probably like one of them. So it's just a line. Do it again. No. Play this from the top.
Mob City. Mob City. Mob City. You know we got to work in a dog. Brawling. Here said the boy them a group up. Not a bone and me body now move up. He's a madman them. 16 chum fast with me tool now. Miggleton. 6 fast with me tool now. Miggleton, 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Pass me my tool now. Miggleton, 16 chum fire. Man, pass me my tool now. Miggleton, 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire.
Alright, cool. Just turn on my back.
Me tool now, Miggleton, 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We know his fight and a sparring. Please say I'm safe with a prior and a card ring. So when the
Alright, so pretty much everything will have its own reverb. Right, so the lead vocals I sent to this first channel, right? So I'll change the color to somewhat stand out a little bit more. So that. So yeah, let me say everything will have its own effect. So I'll send this here. So the reverb I'm gonna use is a Valhalla. I believe I have the Valhalla plate. I think we did have the plate verb, but we work with this for right now. Yeah, AHS. The dynamics thing, yeah, is a Pro 3 thing. Yeah, I'm adding up the new one. So, but we could have just used a dynamic EQ. Never have to do it, just because it already did it. We just say fuck it. Isotope dynamic EQ can do that. Waves have another plugin called the F6, what can do that the same way. So yeah, that's the main reason why I make me even do it, because of the it already in the plugin, and then that's one of my favorite EQ. So I'm just saying, I'm already there. Might as well just fucking do the thing. So alright, so we need a room verb. I'll change this to 1980s. I would turn down the pre-delay, mix to 100 is a send channel. So if we play the vocals now, we'll just add as much reverb as we need.
Miggleton, 16 chum fire. Man, we run 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland.
If you listen to it though, the reverb is very big. I don't really want it that big. Probably like 1.8 seconds, something like that. Want it to fade fast, you know what I mean? I don't really want it to carry on forever.
16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly.
Can make it a little bit darker. I have a lot of color to it. You can make it a little bit darker.
16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland.
Alright, cool.
16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say I'm safe with a prior and a card ring. So when the run 16 chum fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight.
Alright, cool. So if I add like extra layer to him voice, because I can hear him voice thin, I want him voice cover as much ground as possible. You can just add distortion. So I'm going to do that with not sure which plugin yet. I'll keep it red. So all of the voice effects, like verse effects, we'll keep red. Then we'll get to the chorus to change the color of the effects so we know which effects to go with and all of them things there. So the lead vocal will send it here. So just need to find which saturation plugin we want to use on it. Probably don't go with the decapitator or the radiate. Actually, I'm gonna go with the devlock. So let's go dark, 100% or 10. Mix 10. Crunch, probably like 3. Or crush, or 3 and 4, it don't really matter. And then we'll send the vocals to it till we start notice a difference.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, Lego cup shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a card ring. 16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them.
Notice some voice get thin.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, Lego couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a...
Yeah, man, Chef, any type of reverb deal in bill send because you get more control over it, and I mean, you don't really need it on the vocal because if you put it on the vocal, you have to use mix, wet and dry and all them stuff there. And when you do that, then all of a sudden you realize that the vocal kind of changed because let's say I put a reverb on the vocal directly, I'm going to use another effect. If I put a delay upon it, now may they affect the reverb signal, the dry signal, you know what I mean? And that don't fuck up the audio and what me I try to accomplish. So I just create send channel and send the signal I want to send to it and get more control because if I don't like the reverb, I can always just automate the fader if it turns off at a certain point, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's more effective for work away there.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, Lego couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland.
Alright, so like right that's alright. Let's rename this first. So like right there, so where you hear him say brawling or garling, what I'm gonna do is cut it, put it on its own track, and then add an effect to it. I'm not really have to put it on its own track, but I'm gonna do that anyway just so we can differentiate what I want. So I'm gonna cut no shit. Fucking thing now. And let's right so slice it right in the middle, select it and drop it down. Cool. So the reason I put it on its own track is because I do insert a delay, do automate the delay though. Change the color to red. So first, so other regular, not regular, but the Soundcloud is Echo Boy. I'm gonna do like a quarter note delay. So once him say brawling, brawling, brawling. That means some pretty quick, but not too quick. Push this the mix knob to wet, 100% feedback would put probably like 9:45 clock. Or like 9:45 like on the clock. So both of the hands them there around here. So low cut, or take out a little bit of the low, take out a little bit of the high. I want it like a speaker type of thing. The type of delay, if you use Echo Boy, the one I don't use, I use probably either tape delay or some sort effect. So like I'll try the telephone effect. If that don't work, we change it. Quarter note, make sure say have the tempo set BPM wise. What we don't do now is automate right there. So now what we want if we go to the delay. So if we deselect that and automate right there. So back on the mixer. If you do the automation, all you have to do really is just click on the track where you want to send. So in this case, I will send the lead vocal, link it to the effect, and then get the knob, the mix knob right so, and with all right click, create automation clip. Make sure so I have it close. So now if we play it, we have nothing to go on, but if you automate it though, and this is where I really have to determine how much of the signal you want to send. So me personally, I'll probably go for about set this to none. Give more freedom. I'll probably go for about 55 or so percent. I'll keep it up as high until it fade out down at the end. Then we don't make sure set cut off and a play after that. So if we listen to it now. We no fist fight and a spar. You know what I mean? The delay though, what I'm gonna do is create a reverb. So delay verb. And for this, because it's a effect, for an effect, we'll kind of just put a different color right next to it. So this is a little bit darker than this. And then lastly, select a EQ, a reverb. For this more use the waves true verb. Alright, so waves T, PQRST, true verb, stereo. I want like a so the delayed signal would just send it to the reverb like that. But we need to get away from make it a little bit or a lot bigger. Alright. Let's go. Reverb, size. We need some bigger. Cool. Well, I'll automate the volume for that though. Right click, create automation clip. Probably clear it up top. Where the fuck them put it? Oh, right or so. So I'll make it start right where it's supposed to do. I'll make it fade out. Because I don't want it to. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the. Bring the volume down a little bit though. At the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. We no. The number for the delay is make it a little more stereo, so it's a little bit wider or a lot wider. So click on tweak, width, push it all the way, accent a little bit more. At the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. We no fist fight at the air like Garland. So you kind of get the idea. At the air like Garland. We no fist fight and a sparring feet. Yes, chef, I create another bus for the delay itself. You know what I mean? So the delay now have its own channel right next to it. You know what I mean? At the air like Garland. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say at the air like Garland. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say I'm safe with a prior and a card ring. 16 chum fire, man, how we run it up. 16 chum fire. Alright, so at the front, I'm gonna try to keep this organized. So let's all of the verse effects and stuff I'm gonna do. We'll group them together. So I'll just go and put them like that. So if we want, you know, small up everything, we know what go with our channel. So for the verse, when it come on, we want to do a stutter, like triple stutter effect, but we want to pan it all at the same time. So if you do that, make sure say you have the correct tempo for your track right now, it'll work. Make sure say it on line. The first or whatever syllable where you want edit.
16 chum fire.
So in this case, I'm going to do 16.
16.
So what I'm going to do is cut, or actually let's duplicate it first, then more cut. Just like that. Boom. So now we can go back one step, duplicate it again, and go back another step. We're supposed to have this.
16 chum fire.
You know what I mean? A little bit too much. Like it have too much before it is set 16. We just want to catch the 6. So grab them two, yeah. Shorten them. I will shorten this by 1.
16 chum fire.
What I can do now is duplicate them again.
16 chum.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is in between that, we'll put another track. We'll go upon the mixer. Do a right click upon this. And up at the top, you do a panning. So we'll right click pan. And we'll create an automation clip long enough just for catch all of them, yeah. And the effect what we'll do. So we'll create automation clip. Boom. So don't really matter. It's all up to you and personal preference which side you want it start pan. So what I'm gonna do is want them play from left to right while them come up. So me personally, I don't really care which side come first. I'm gonna just flip between them. So right now we have, if we delete that point here, one here, so. Right, so I need more points in between the two straightforward. So let's go quarter note. Let's delete this, put one right here, so. Then we'll bring it up. After we come up, we'll come. Yeah, so come back down. Same thing here, come here, so. And then for the last one, I mean, we'll come back to the center. You know what I mean? But if you get the effect the right way, you have to automate the volume as well. So just right click on the volume knob, create a clip, create one right here. So what would I do? Just turn the volume all the way down. Literally just don't touch the last point. As long as the confidence, the volume where you have your volume, that's where you want your volume to stay. Don't touch the last point. You just mess with everything before. So I want this fade in, like I say. Cool. If you get it a little bit more drastic, without shorten up them, yeah. So I'll go 2 in each direction. And go back 1. Actually, let's go 1.
16 chum fire. Man, now we run it off like up. 16 chum fire. Man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain fly.
I mean, then we can do the same thing here when we say Lego.
Low fire. Brawling.
So I'm going to do it when we say brawling, but try put a flange upon it, right? So we'll kind of approach it the same way we approach the delay. So let's solo that out. Up on the effects, then we'll create a flanger this time. Make that red, same way. Change the color on the delay for the reverb because I need to stand out a little bit. All right, much better. So for the flanger, flanger don't really matter. Me don't use the Native Instruments Flare VST. Any flanger probably can do it. So what I'm gonna do is to the flanger preset. I use the start out with the start with the sharp jet. Send the signal.
Brawling, 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 brawling.
Where is it? Send it to the flanger.
Brawling, brawling. Brawling, 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 brawling.
Yeah, look a bit more than that.
Brawling, 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 brawling.
Alright. Turn up the unison.
Brawling.
Make sure the mix there 100 width all the way up. Rate or slow it down a little bit.
Brawling. 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 Brawling.
Let's go back up.
Brawling. 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 Brawling.
Cool. And then next to that, H3000. Freedom, man. Free, bro. Jacko, go on, brother. What am I looking for? H3000, right? Yeah. Event died. Actually, I'm going to use the let's go vocals, do a 910. This might get load.
Brawling. Brawling.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to keep that though. Just one of the many things I can do.
Brawling. Brawling.
All right, so what I can do with that is send that to the reverb as well. So H3000, I send that to the delay reverb like that.
Brawling.
But of course, we don't want to play as loud as that, so we'll automate it with the same automation clip.
Brawling.
Turn it on, of course.
Brawling. Brawling.
Let's go here.
Brawling.
Let's turn down the voice itself. So this is H9. Change the color. Red. Turn it down a little bit. Turn on the flanger a little bit.
Brawling. 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 Brawling.
Back from the start. Yeah, man, my dear man.
16 chunk fire, and now we run it off like umpire.
And I mean, so that is the problem where you get when you don't automate a thing. The deep voice turn on 24/7. And I mean, the reverb turn on 24/7. So we don't want nothing like that. So let's go back to the, where is it at? Where the yasa? So let's automate like a portion like this or something like that. And we do automate the H3000 volume. So I must say when you automate volume, just make sure you're comfortable with the volume that you have. So I'm gonna play it one more time. If necessary, I'm gonna adjust the volume and then do the automation. Alright, so I can turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna do also is just to kind of control it a little bit more. Compress it with the R compressor. So with R comp, just to kind of bring the darker voice completely under control. Now I'm gonna use mono without use stereo because we do effects, so you want to make sure say it wide, unless you do a mono effect. So attack and release perfectly fine with them. They will set the threshold to -20, and then the ratio will set to 2.5. Then gain will set to 1.6. Perfect. Release, let's increase that to 320. Alright, so now that we have that, let's automate the volume, the in and out. So F9, right click on the fader, create automation clip. Once you do that, we only want to play which part the effect will happen. So there's no need for it play nowhere else. So copy the first point, turn it down to 0. And then which part it actually come in, then I can bring it back, PS back the volume I want. PS, and then once it go out, it just go out, it done. Brawling. I mean, so make it smooth, fade up smooth. Put a point here so I make this fade out, look a bit smoother. Alright, so the reverb, okay, so you don't cut off. What I'm gonna do is make this unique as automation. Pretty much what I'm gonna just do is just make this its own automation clip. So if me never do that, if me change this, me would change this. So to me do something different, me do change the type of automation. So let's level that out. Let's make the reverb come out a little bit sooner than what it normally would have. So brawling. I'll make it start a lot later than what. Brawling. Alright. So the only reason it still have to play is because I know go past the automation. Once you go past the automation, the reverb cut out itself. 16 on fire, man, are we running it off like company? Alright. Bigger problem. Insert another clip. What I do now is automate the cutoff. So the VST itself. So right click. You just need to do it before it actually happens. So right click. Yeah, so F9, right click on this dot, create automation clip. So now we pretty much automate the power button. So while this down, 16 on fire, it's off, you know what I mean? So 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. 16 on fire. Alright, hold on. 16 on fire.
16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip, 16.
Okay. Reverb will play like that because the H3000 volume. So I'm going to just cut off a little piece of the automation and copy it to the start, and that will solve the problem there. Just don't want to know what the fuck they're going. Okay, so this will solve that problem. I'll put it out towards the start before the vocals even come in.
16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a guard ring. 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off.
Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is insert a couple more tracks in that group here. We'll do something what me call rolling delay. So that is now when we do every couple of words, like every word, so every now and then we'll catch a couple word with the delay, like even while I'm still a DJ, understand? So
16 chum fire.
So like when I say 16 chum fire, I have 16 chum fire, chum fire. So all of the N words them would start capture them in a delay and just some effects wise type of stuff. 16
chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle up. 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off.
Alright, so for that, I'm gonna use the Slate Digital repeater. Reason being it have one of the best stereo like imaging if you delay, like the spread where you can get out that is crazy. So I'll push this to spread to B, turn on analog feedback would put to about 1050. Delay, we'll do 8 note, solo the vocals so we can hear exactly what go on.
16 chum fire, 16.
Yes. Copy. Yes. Okay.
16 chum fire, 16 chum fire, man, now we run.
Oh shit. Copy. Yes.
16 chum fire, man, now we run it.
Alright, so let me see for the H3000. I'll just make it play at first, so I'll send a little bit of the signal. 16
chum fire, man, now we run it off like 16 chum fire, man, now we run it off.
Alright, so as you can hear right now, it's not nowhere close to what I want it to sound like, so I'll turn off all of them. Yeah.
16 chum fire, man, now we...
It's too fast. Alright, so let's go that.
16 chum fire, man, now we...
Oh.
16 chum fire.
Nah, quarter note.
16 chum fire, man, now we run it off like umpire, so we...
Alright, cool. Just up the feedback a little bit. And then like I said, we only wanted to catch the last little syllable. So there's a lot of automation that go into this delay, and we don't automate the volume the same time I automate the delay. So if you find a level I'm comfortable with,
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground white.
So we need to send more of the signal to get a louder signal.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple 16 on fire, man, how we run it.
Alright, so couple of ways we can go about it. We can either make it play, you know, left, right, or we can just make it move around and just happen all over, you know what I mean? So one way you can do it is just put any type of pan in VST if you don't want to manually pan it yourself. So like if we got sound ties and got pan man, can have it, they go from left to right with this ball bouncer thing right or so. So if you listen to the delay by itself, I turn off all the other effect them.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them men's like ground.
Notice how just a move around. But not necessarily when I really want to do that. Murder just have it play far left, far right. So, but automate that. So right click the automation for this, create automation clip. And then we do create automation clip for the volume as well. Because when I want it, they play 24/7. All right. So this.
On fire, man, how we run 16 on. On fire, man. 16 on fire, man, how we run it. On fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. 16 on fire, man, how we run it. 16 on fire, man, how we run. 16 on fire. 16 on fire, man, how we run it. 16 on fire.
Alright, so I'm actually fucking start the thing too late. It's supposed to start right there, so.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire.
And you see the fade out, so you kind of get the idea what I'm going to go for.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire.
What I'm going to do is see if I add like a telephone effect to it. Or to that sound. Load the Fab Filter Pro Q2. Actually, no, I have a thing called Retrovox. Just can never remember who make the goddamn plugin. Tell you the truth. Always a beat, no bad. I see it. And it have like a phone vocal settings right or so.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire.
So I can make it fade out over time.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire.
And it's like kind of like the perfect thing I'm gonna go for.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off. 16 on fire.
So let's let it capture a little bit more of the signal so that way,
16 on fire, 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we
now do the same thing for umpire. Really, if I want, can probably like just cut the automation and do it that way there. So something like that. Oh, that, cut that. Cut that.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire.
So right when I say ground wire, just copy this and we have the effect all over again.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements.
Want the phone vocals are a little bit darker. So upon delay itself with the low pass it.
16 on fire, man, how we run 16 on fire, man, how we 16 on fire, man, how we run it 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. 16 on fire, man, how we run it 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I look.
It's still gone or you hear it?
On fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So
alright, so back with the reverb. The sound should be like this.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say I'm safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say I'm safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I low fire. Brawling.
Alright, cool. So as you can see, I have a lot of dancing.
16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. Hollow tip in a clip that I low fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring.
Like see automation move around the feed of them. That thing looks sweet as fuck. But the last thing I'm gonna add for you verse, we have a lot of tweaks still for doing all of that, but pretty much I do a rough draft for what I want the track to sound like by the time I done mix it. So more add a bigger reverb now, so like a massive reverb. I'll change the color on that to red as well. And this one I'm gonna use the Slate Digital Verb Suites Classic. What the fuck? Alright, so settings wise, I'm gonna use the vocals. I'm gonna use the not sure which one. We use Heaven. And for this one here, I'm gonna add the Fab Filter Pro C2 after the reverb. So compressor after the reverb because I'm gonna sidechain it. The reason why I'm gonna sidechain it is for clear up space. So let's go right click input. Without the input, sorry about that. So input, right click, stereo input or stereo sidechain, lead vocals. So now when I play, we're supposed to hear it.
16 on fire.
Massive reverb, you understand? So we'll increase the sidechain to 24. The reverb will make a little bit darker. Width very wide. Pre-delay probably like 5 millisecond. Attack really fast. Mids lower. Scale back the signal. So the reason why I make my sidechain it is because while the vocal I play, I want the vocal press down the reverb. But when it done play, I want the reverb come up. So if you listen to the sidechain.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
But it sounds nasty, understand? That is because we have too much of the dry signal I got in at the reverb. So we'll just adjust that to feeling and to taste. So I'll bring what the sidechain level to about 18 to 19, something like that. And then adjust the levels going into the reverb. 16
on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip.
Let's turn off all of the other effects so I can just focus on the reverb. 16
on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
Oh, go on, unanimous. Yes, if I get the idea, like the reverb get pressed down while the vocals, they do what I do. And then once the vocals let up, even for a split second, the reverb kind of just burst out and kind of explode a little bit. You know what I mean? So, you know, crowd up or go on.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 chunk fire. Man,
oh yeah, man, you open, man. There, bro. I just started not too long, man. Me know there, boy. How long I stream for? think I say an hour and a half. And I think we know say that long still.
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it.
Alright, so now, I'm not really even done with them vocals yet. So
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire.
Not really even want to put no auto-tune on them voice to tell you the truth because it sound good to me as is. More auto-tune will fuck up certain things. So I don't really like use it a lot of time. Unless it's absolutely necessary, you know what I mean? Or the artist request it. So with us say, OM song, let's go low meal. Reverb tune spin. I'll start at 100 and work our way back. Key for that track, I think at D sharp major. I think
16 chunk fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in a the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in a the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in a the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in a the air like garland. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 chunk fire.
Alright, cool. So kind of finish up in vocals like processing wise. So the last thing what they do to him vocals was the channel strip. So I add a little more compression to him voice. What I do with him voice I know is kind of boost now. EQ wise, add a little bit of sizzle, you know what I mean? A little bit of ear to him vocals. For that, I don't use the which plugin I feel like for use for that. I'll use the plugin Alliance. Don't want to use the Mark EQ. I really want to use that, to tell you the truth. Not sure which EQ for use me there. Stress out. Alright, let's go overload and we don't use the EQ 84.
Chunk fire.
Like I said, we are tapping and sizzle to him voice, right? We're not even DSing voice as yet. Because we're not really too sibilant right now, but we don't get to that.
16 chunk fire.
So let's turn off the bypass on the high and low filter. Low filter would all go up to about right, that's probably like 120, something like that. Just get rid of the lows, even though we don't really have too much. High filter can stay with spot it there. We'll cue up the frequency and listen to it and then see what we want to do to it.
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle.
Alright, so that's the frequency what we're there right now.
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle.
So I want to add
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire.
So the reason I cue it is just to see if that specific frequency would I need a boost as opposed to another frequency. So that's why I sweep through.
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire.
Let me say we try to add a sheen and a brightness and like a polish to him voice. So we can boost it. We're not going to boost it by a lot, but we can add some boost definitely.
16 chunk fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that a low fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain flying up in a the air like garland. We no fist fight.
All right, so while I do that, I'm gonna lower the fab filter. DSR. Now when I do it, the DSI is me monitor the vocals while me EQ. So we add polish to voice. So we don't want it too bright because then it don't get too sibilant and start mess with your ears. You understand? So we don't use the DSR now for kind of control the transients. We don't want it too bright, let me say.
16 on fire.
So every time this light up yellow, that means we get too much of like the them type of thing that we get too much of them, so it a control, it a bring it back. So the ringing is how much it a bring it back by. We don't really want it lower it by 6 dB. That's a lot, you know what I mean? So we'll start about 3 dB, and if that's not enough for the boost or we do, then we can always adjust later.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland.
So like I say, we sweep through we sweep through again just to test out some of them frequency and see what we want add or take away from.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
That's right. So it sound a little bit boxy, so we can take out probably like a dB or so out of that.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling.
Cue up another frequency and do the same thing.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire.
As some other is more boost this for give him voice a little bit of a body. Just a little bit though.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire.
Turn off the cue.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements.
No man, so we just give him a little bit of a body to him voice.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling.
And we already use them 3 bands there. And then start with the DSR now. So let's listen to the DSR before and after. 16
on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling.
Yeah, that sound good. That sound pretty good.
16 on fire, man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling.
All right, so now as far as spread and like for getting vocals like next level, like big, you understand? There's a bunch of different ways to do that. The old school way would be to duplicate him vocals like 5 or 6 times, and then that will make him vocals a lot bigger. Modern day and technology kind of speed up that process there. So I'll load up the H910. And what that is old school unit what them remodel and, you know, bring it up to modern day standards. It's from Eventide that they make the original and then they muggle them. See the own thing if you make plugin version of it. So here's the 910 dual harmonizer. And what me to do with this is, like I said, give him voice a body, like not really a body, but we'll give some width or make him voice a lot bigger. You know what I mean? Take up more of the frequency space. So preset is vocals, or start a sweet chorus. If you don't like that, we can always adjust the settings. So just listen to as soon as I'm adding vocals to the 910 how different it sounds.
16 on fire, now we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And no tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garland.
You understand? We don't want it as bright, you know what I mean? We want it did it. noticeable, but we don't want it as bright as everything else. What I also do is get its own reverb, but I don't put the reverb on the signal itself because I want it actually affect the signal. I don't use the Fab Filter Pro R for that. So we want settings, we want large, vocal hall. Let's go gold plate.
16 on fire.
So just turn off everything else.
16 on fire.
Can you hear the reverb very like overpowering, but that's because it's 100% wet. Put that 20.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire.
We'll make the brightness very dark. We don't really want no brightness to it.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling.
So that's what the DSR do. You understand? So that's what the DSR take out.
16 on fire.
So let me say, without this
16 on fire. Man,
nice, but voice very thin, and then with the 910, it get wider, thicker, and bigger.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire.
Simple. So with everything.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire.
Yeah, so like that. So out of that, back into a compressor. This time around, we'll go with the LA2M. We'll use the IK multimedia one instead of the Waves one this time. So we're going with the classic. I think should me use the 670. I'll use the 670, a matter of fact, over the LA2A. So let's make this massive so everybody can see what I go on. So if you explain this compressor here quickly, we have input, release and attack, input the right here, so we have threshold right here, so. And that's pretty much it. And we have output over here, so that's pretty much how it is in real life. But this is a very, 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 very good compressor in a real life. A real unit, Fairchild 670 at $10,000. You know what I mean? If you find one, for a good price, you might pay $8,000 for one. So, you understand what we are working with.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling.
Alright, so for whatever reason, I'm not sure why these things never want to link. The left and the right. So I guess we have to put them in manually.
16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle them.
So now we're looking for about 2 dB to 3 dB a compression. 16
on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire.
Want the release a little bit faster. 16
on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire.
Can actually turn down the input gain, put it back, and just use the threshold. Kind of forget about that. 16
on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring. Feel say you're safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, we run it off like umpire. So we circle elements like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling. Leg a couple shot in your darling. Brain flying up in the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in a the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe.
Alright, so we have what is 3 different compressor upon them vocals. 4 if you count the DSR, because that's a compressor by nature. Altogether, we get about 4 dB of gain reduction altogether. If we do it the other way around and just use one compressor and get 4 dB of gain reduction, vocals would have sound totally different.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip. 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in a the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe with a prior and a 16 on fire. Man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in a the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe with a prior and a card ring.
So typically, we would run everything through.
Me dogs, them a real killer. Some grave diggers. Put your body 6 foot for the worm dinner. You see the milli 14, make a boy shiver. One press, make the thing jump on quicker. Max City and a DK dog, we no play here. Who's and AK? Who on the favorite box gun tear here? Hammer fling back like when man change gear. Fire on a card ring. Fire on a card ring. Rifle, beat off, sleep off. You don't know, yeah. How about them go run? Say the milli 14 is a car gun. Run down like.
How long road ahead of me? I mean, it's just fucking what that's the hour. By this point, me is tired. So I have a lot more to go through. Like me say, just I put just some rough things together. Made up on my headphones again. But just basic idea how you would approach anything.
16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in a the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe with a prior and a card ring. On fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we 16 on fire, man, how we run it off like umpire. So we circle them ends like ground wire. And a tip in a clip that alone fire. Brawling, leg a couple shot in a your darling. Brain fly up in a the air like garling. We no fist fight and a sparring feast. Say and safe with a prior and a card ring.
Okay, cool. We don't left it here, so I want to build some rhythm. This thing that'll take about 2-3 days to mix anyway, so no need for rush through it, you understand? What time? 6:30. What about my clock? It's early. Think it late. Think it is later as clock. 6:40. Yeah, man, I ain't no one here, so you know, I re-upload the video or whatever. Do how long? Well, hour and 40 minutes a video. But my live stream back at 7 o'clock and build some rhythm or something. I'm not sure it, but I end this here, so can't keep process it anyway because the computer will start crackle up and, you know, and try to avoid that. But yeah, kind of walk through everything what I do, and more do more video upon it, the more I mix the track, I have more things I want to do to it. But for right now, I'm cut it off here. So my live stream again at like 20 minutes at 7 o'clock, I'll just build some rhythm. I mean, so yeah, man, I have a never brought pan the rhythm pre them. I don't know if you ever hear it, bro. I have a never brought pan the rhythm. Can make your brother know, make Javie know, say, yo, no come soft, bro. You have to tear it up, brother, cause I have a never brought pan it, bro. I swear. But yeah, man, like I said, my live stream again around 7, bro. So I don't know what up, but we see you on the den. Until next time, I say, boy, Itz-Beez-Da TrackStar. Peace.